I'm here with Sun Center, Aron Baynes. Aron, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're in Phoenix right now. What's your status? How are you feeling?
Yeah, right now, in Phoenix, trying to get healthy, trying to get back to be a part of the team. Unfortunately, I tested positive for COVID a while back now, and yeah, just in the NBA protocol, trying to pass some steps to get reunited with the team out there in Orlando and be part of the bubble.
How long has it been exactly, and how's your family dealing with it? How are you dealing with it?
I haven't touched a basketball for over 30 days, so it's been a long time. Yeah, since being first found to be positive. The results take a little while, but yeah, after that first test came back showing positive, I went into isolation from everyone. I was at the house, but I was isolated in a separate part of it in a room. Stayed away. The wife would drop off food for me, and we were doing our best. Those first couple nights when I was isolated by myself, that was the scariest moment for me because I also was putting my family at risk at that point, and they were exposed to it at a later point. So they didn't get it at the same time as me, but they were also positive at a later point, and we're not sure exactly just because of the delay in how long some of those tests take. The biggest positive to come out of it was that I was the worst affected. So they all had very minimal symptoms, whereas it actually put me on my butt for a good week. I slept for 4 days straight. There was one point where I didn't see back-to-back hours until after 4 days of being in bed asleep. And, I was lucky that it didn't really get beyond that. My family is all testing negative now, but I'm still not. So I'm in that protocol where I have the antibodies that we've tested. I have antibodies, so I'm not contagious, but I still need those negatives because end of the day, that's the criteria the NBA set up.
What did you experience the moment that you tested positive? I know you said that you had, basically like flu-like symptoms had you knocked out. What other symptoms did you have, and what did you experience at first?
At first, it was just worry. Like that's all that came over me was I really don't want to get my family sick. Just the unknown with COVID, and it's still so early. We still don't know what long-term effects there are going to be, and yeah, the lack of being able to get out of bed and stay awake, that kind of hit me pretty hard. And since that point, it's been a long time since I've actually felt good. I think this morning was the first time I did some exercise where I felt, okay, that's kind of what I normally feel after doing that volume of work.
I know you're asymptomatic now, right? How much have you been able to try to do physically, and what do you think do physically? Like you said, you just got your first workout in today, I guess, but what are you able to do now?
Yeah, I got my first actual high level intensity workout in. I was doing some sprints up and down the front of our house, with the kids sitting in the window watching me run up and down. Just, it's funny to me that's kind of where I'm at right now. Just I'm thankful that I'm able to be doing that, but I never thought I'd be trying to get ready for a season doing sprints up and down my front yard.
Someone with COVID, what is the protocol for you on a day-to-day basis? I know, like you said, the NBA has a strict protocol. What has it been like for you?
Just isolate. We get groceries delivered to us, and it's only recently that the wife and the kids have been able to go out and be a little bit more active because we weren't willing to risk it, the possibility of trying to infect someone else until they all tested negative. You've seen how bad it is around the country, and it just does not equate to every single person who has been diagnosed positive that you can go out and be active within the community after 10 days, because that's how it's still spreading. That's how it's so rampant out there. And that's why Arizona is one of the worst states in the country, and one of the worst, is the worst place per capita for COVID. If I knew someone else was going out and putting my family at risk, I would be very upset with those people. So there's no chance I'm doing that to someone else's family and loved ones.
For someone trying to get into the bubble now, right? And there are several guys around the league, you're one of them, but for someone trying to get in, what is that protocol like on a day-to-day basis? I know you have to get 2 negatives.
Yeah.
Like, what is that like? Is just trying to pray and kind of wait on getting to that point so that you can join your team?
Yeah, so it's there's an NBA app that the team asks us to fill out every morning, and it's just a questionnaire and takes your temperature. So we just enter those details, and then every day around the same time, usually around 10 a.m., they send out a tester, and they take a nasal swab and a throat swab, and they send it off to the lab. And the turnaround on that is usually pretty quick. So we get a result usually right around the same time we get yesterday's result in the morning as well. So yeah, we're on top of it. It's testing every single day because we're trying to get out there, and at the same time we're getting a lot of data that are giving the NBA more of an insight into what COVID can do and what the symptoms and the duration of COVID can actually take on a very detailed testing regimen.
What have your close conversations been like with your GM, James Jones, your head coach, Monty Williams, as you've been away and, like you said, trying to get back to the point where you can join them?
Yeah, James, first and foremost, with James and Monty, they both asking, is there anything they can do for my family to try and help us get through when we were in the thick of it, and even now, if there's anything they can help us with. And so, yeah, that definitely family first, and that's what they're worried about more so than anything. And now we've kind of transitioned into just stay as ready as you can. I know, I'm contained within the 4 walls of my house, but I'm doing everything I can on a daily basis to stay ready. And as soon as we get those two negative tests, then they'll get me on a plane and get out to Orlando as quickly as I can to be a part of the group again and keep working towards the culture we've been building throughout the season and what we're trying to build for in the future as well. And so that's the message they're giving. And Monty, as a coach, as he always would, sends out a few clips and keeps me up to date on the plays and any changes that are coming along with that. And so I'm still ready to go in there in terms of knowing the plays and knowing our offense and defense, but yeah, it's just a matter of trying to get out there and get the legs back under me. So.
Looking at you, the season that you've had, it's been a breakout season. You've had your best season in the NBA. How gratifying has this season been for you after getting traded to the Suns and really trying to bring that leadership and production from your position?
Yeah, it's definitely been a fun season. I knew from the first call I made to James after the trade that, it was an exciting opportunity to come here to Phoenix and try and build something. And then talking with Monty and knowing what his background is and his philosophy on basketball and just buying into that and everyone on the team buying into it. And we're all trying to work towards something bigger than where we are right now. And we knew that. And it's about trying to make the most of every single opportunity. And we can see we're on the cusp of turning the corner and becoming a really solid team. And that's what we were building towards. It's about becoming solid before you can become good. And Monty preaches that. And he's being great for not only the younger guys, but for us older guys as well, going out there and, really just instilling what we've been through. And right now we're just focused on trying to get out there. And I'm excited to watch what these guys are able to do over the next 8 games that they get to play. And yeah, I'm doing my best to get out there and go to battle with them for it as well.
I'm glad you're feeling better and hopefully you guys all get healthy as soon as possible. I appreciate you taking the time and best of luck to you.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. And yeah, as the NBA is putting out every single day, mask up, please.